I was ecstatic when I saw this review key for Hitman 3 come into my inbox. Not because I'm a huge fan of the franchise, because in fact my only experience with it is Hitman Absolution, which is regarded to be the worst in the series. I was excited due to the World of Assassination update that recently came out. So what is Hitman World of Assassination? Well, it's the combination of the three modern Hitman games, being Hitman 2016, Hitman 2, which released in 2018, and Hitman 3, which according to Steam released in 2022, but in reality it released a full year prior. This discrepancy is because Hitman 3 on PC launched as an Epic Game Store exclusive, which many fans were upset about, but we're going to touch more on that later. Right off the bat, you can tell this is the definitive version of these games. This is the way they were meant to be played. Mission to mission, story beat to story beat, back to back, one right after the other. One full, beautiful, and more importantly, coherent package, which is interesting because when the reboot launched in 2016, it was originally a play what you want episodic release published by Square Enix. Each main mission / location was considered an episode, with 8 of them being released over the course of 10 months. It was an incredibly strange release schedule, and Square Enix wasn't too happy with the way it performed, because less than 4 months after the game's physical release, Square Enix dropped developer IO Interactive for a $43 million loss. One game into your planned trilogy and your publisher drops you, not a great start. Luckily, things did get better. In 2018, a year after being dropped, WB Games stepped in and signed a publishing deal with IO Interactive for Hitman 2, and this is when it hit its stride. Gone was the awful episodic release schedule, which one can assume was some publisher nonsense. When you bought Hitman 2, you got Hitman 2 right then and there. Of course, there were still some live service elements such as contracts and escalations and whatnot, but the main story, the meat, one might say, was available day one. Fast forward 3 years, 2021, and Hitman 3 is released on consoles, including Switch for some reason, and the Epic Game Store. Told you we'd get back to it, but why is it such a big deal in the first place? Well, it was during a time where everyone hated Epic Games purchasing exclusivity, especially for established franchises like Hitman, where many people have already purchased the previous games on a different storefront. Combine that with the fact that this trilogy was clearly designed to be a package, and it made things really messy. Say you bought Hitman 2016 on your Xbox, and you loved it. Then Hitman 2 comes around, and would you look at that? Your locations and progress from Hitman 2016 could carry right into Hitman 2. Hitman 3 rolls around, you buy it, and oh my goodness, the locations and most of the progress carried over. Amazing. But what if you game on PC? Well, if you bought Hitman 2016, you can carry things over to Hitman 2. Awesome. Same as before. Now you just need to buy Hitman 3 on the same platform, and then it's all... yeah. You couldn't buy it on Steam, so how did you carry over the locations for the games you had already purchased? Well, the Hitman Game of the Year Access Pass was available for free to anyone who purchased Hitman 3 within the 10-day launch window, or if they already owned Hitman on the Epic Game Store. Well, to access your Hitman 2 location, the original plan was for you to have to repurchase the Location Access Pass. Now I'm sure you can see why many players were upset, but hey, that was 2 years ago. Life moves on. Hitman 3 is on Steam now, so nothing else can go wrong, is what I would have said before this World of Assassination update. Don't get me wrong, I love this game, and I love the new Freelancer mode they added, but my god, do I still have a lot to talk about. As I mentioned earlier on in this video, Hitman World of Assassination is all of the main locations from all 3 games wrapped into one package. But you might be thinking to yourself, hold on, didn't you just describe how you could already transfer levels between the games? Yes, I did. You could already play all 3 games inside of Hitman 3. That's nothing new. If you owned Hitman 1 and 2 on Steam, they would already carry over into Hitman 3. If you didn't own the first 2 games, you could purchase the location access passes anyways. As you can probably guess, this was a mess of different DLCs and passes for new players to sift through on the store page. So much so that the community made charts to follow to make sure you get all of the content you want. This World of Assassination update is aiming to solve that by making everything one sort of package to purchase, but the way they went about it is unfair to the new players that would benefit most. I say that because this update was free for anyone who already owned Hitman 3. That's nice, I won't deny it, but say you never owned a Hitman game and want to start with Hitman 2016, well, you can't buy it anymore. Both of the first two games have been removed from digital storefronts because they are now a part of the Hitman World of Assassination, which is just fancy branding for Hitman 3. So new players have to purchase the whole trilogy all at once. It's like not being sure if you like Lord of the Rings, so instead of watching the first movie, you're forced to go buy the $200 box set, which I own. It's great. And fun fact, that Hitman trilogy now costs $70. I can't say it's a bad price for the content you get, but the most frustrating part is this game is 2 years old and the price has only gone up. 2 years ago, $60. Now it's $70. The real kicker is the fact it doesn't even include all of the content. If you want to play the last two missions of Hitman 2, you have to purchase them, even if you had already bought them before. So they raised the barrier of entry for new players. They are making existing players repurchase content, which is something they said they wouldn't do. There's an always online DRM, which if you have sketchy internet like me, can cause you to lose any progress you made, and they are still putting out new DLC while ignoring existing issues. I loved these games, I really did, but these are business practices I can't support, so I really can't recommend you go out and buy them. I hope IO Interactive really pulls it together because man, they sure can make a fine video game. Thank you for watching InputSource. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or video ideas, send us an email here. Game links and other recommended videos can be found in the description. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.